Welcome back to Manners Baseball. Thank you for tuning in. Your Seattle Mariners are 77-84, 10 games out of the division and 12 games out of the wild card. In our second to last game of the season, well, actually our last game of the season, we're going to be at home at Safeco Field against the Houston Astros, who have clinched our division. And again, this year we did not make it to the postseason, sad to say. But let's just take a quick look at the Astros lineup. It's Carlos Gomez, Tommy La Stella, Carlos Carrera, Chris Carter, Preston Tucker, Evan Gattis, George Springer, Jed Lowry, and Matt Wieters. And on the mound for us is Hisashi Iwakuma. I did not get the lineup for us, but I did get it in late showings. Let's see. It's Robinson Cano, Chris Parmalee, Kyle Seager, Nelson Cruz, Corey Hart, Marlon Byrd, Logan Morrison, Brad Miller, and Mike Zunino. And on the mound for them is Dallas Keuchel. Now, runner on second for Nelson Cruz, Nelly Cruz himself. The boomstick baby, no doubt about it. No doubt about it again. We have to say that so many times because it is well worth it. Because that is a boomstick shot by Nelson Cruz. 2-run home run early in the bottom of the fourth. Now, next batter is going to be Corey Hart. And he hits it the same little area as Nelson Cruz, and it's gone. Nelson Cruz and Corey Hart back to back. Now it's a 3-0 ball game. Runners on first and second for Hisashi Iwakuma, and Marlon Byrd ends up throwing home, but the throw is going to be offline as Chris Carter comes in to score. It is now a 3-1 ball game. Potter in second now, 3-2 count to Brad Miller. He sends it to deep right field. Gone. Brad Miller sends it out of the ballpark. Well, into the seats, not out of the ballpark. And already a 4-1 ball game for the Mariners, just off 3 home runs. Now Evan Gattis here with a runner on second. Hisashi Iwakuma fields the ball and throws it to Logan Morrison. And that is going to be him retired. Now, let's see. We'll wait for him to watch shot. It's bottom of the fourth now. 4-2 ball game for the Astros in the Mariners' favor, though, as Dallas Keuchel walks home a run as Robinson Cano is up to the plate with the bases loaded, and he walks home a run. That is going to be a very early outing for Dallas Keuchel. Only 3 innings pitched, no outs. 3 in the third innings pitched as Edison Valquez comes in. Here's Chris Parmalee in this ball game because Seth Smith got injured. Now, still bases loaded, 5-2 ball game. Here's the pitch, 2-1 count, and he lines it just fair as 2 runners are going to come home. Chris Parmalee is going to end up getting in the second with a double. No, Robinson Cano thinks about going home. He most likely could have gone home, but he decides to take it, be safe, and stay at third. Now, next batter, is Kyle Seager. He hits it high and deep. Is it? No, it's at the warning track. Caught at the warning track. Parmalee's going to move up, and Robinson Cano is going to score. It is a 8-2 ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Mariners are taking this out of control. Let's show power in the very last game. Next batter is going to be Nelson Cruz, and he lines it into the gap in right center field. And Nelson Cruz is slow, but he's going to try to get a double, and he just gets in there, legging out a double. It is a 9-2 ball game. Mariners are crushing the Astros, even though we are losing in the last place, and we're defeating them. Now, we're moving all the way to the top of the 8th. Danny Farquhar is going to come in. Here's the batter, and he grounds it to Robinson Cano. He throws it over Logan Morris's head, and it gets behind the runner's coming home. Mike Zunino gets the ball, and Danny Farquhar gets it in there in time, but Tommy La Stella ends up being safe, and it looks like Danny Farquhar did not play the tag. 9-3 ball game now. Evan Gattis is the next batter. 2-2 count, runner on first. 2 outs, and he lines it into the gap as Marlon Byrd is going to try to track that down. The runner's going to go to third, and he's going around, scoring all the way from first as Cano had a delayed reaction. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. He would have scored anyway. 9-4 ball game now. Kyle Seager up in the bottom of the 8th, and he lines it with runners on second and third into right field as the second runner from second base is going to come all the way home. Chris Parmalee and Robinson Cano end up scoring, and is now a 11-4 ball game. Here comes Fernando Rodney in his final appearance on the season. 29 saves overall in 42 games pitched. First batter is Jed Lowry, and he ends up striking him out. Oh, now let's see if we can do that 2 more times. Next batter is Matt Wieters. He pops it up to the catcher. 1 more out, and that is going to be the end of the season. Ended out in style, even though we lost and not going to make it in the postseason. Next batter is Carlos Gomez, but he is not ready to end this game, and he lines it into the Astros bullpen for a solo home run. 11-5 ball game. Next batter is Tommy La Stella, and he pops it, pop grounder to Logan Morrison, and he just takes it to the back himself, and that is going to be the ball game. Your winning pitcher is Hisashi Iwakuma, and he is also your player of the game. Thank you for tuning in to Mariners Baseball, and we had a great season for what it was. The games that we've shown on Mariners podcast, our radio, whatever you want to call it, were amazing at its best, and we only lost most of the time due to walk-offs and close scoring events. Home runs galore this season. Let's see if we can do that next year and take a championship next year. See you guys next season. Thank you for tuning in to Mariners Baseball.